Wow. And I am on. What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is Gerald. I hope your weekend has been blessed and everything that was to happen happened in your favor. How you doing? For those who do not know me, my name is Gerald Davis. I'm a life coach, and in October of 2011, I made a decision to chronicle my spiritual evolution and travel and transformation into the man that I'm destined to be. And with the grace of God, in 12 years, you'll be looking at Dr. Gerald Davis, psychologist. But that's a little bit about me. As I'm continuing to evolve and become the person that I am destined to be, as you already know, you are learning, you are evolving, and you are coming into your own. So if you have stumbled onto this video, first of all, welcome. It wasn't by chance, by fluke, fate, or just by accident. The first thing you must come to understand is this. When it comes to your destiny, everything that is revealed happens for a reason. It is for your destiny and legacy. That is why it's called the life journey. It is very important and very imperative that you see how precious and priceless your life is. So now what is happening is a call of spirit. You're starting to feel things that you may have not. You may have seen things that may have challenged you. It is for a divine reason. No, I'm not a minister, but I do have a strong faith. I do believe in the power of discernment, as well as understanding through synchronicity and serendipity. I'm here to give you an understanding of where you are, and better yet, where you're going. So welcome. One more thing before I get into my topic. I want to welcome and thank each and every one of you that have taken time out of your busy schedules to hear my message to you. Everything comes through me from spirit. Never scripted, never written. He just tells me to convey the message. So I am a messenger for the greater good. So I hope you get whatever you get betters and evolves you into the person and brings you one step closer to your destiny. Because see, your destiny is so divine. So divine. But before you can embrace it and see its worth and value, you must understand you. And that's where I am. So if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop me a line. I would love to talk to you. I would love to talk to you because we are all one. We are all one. We're all connected and separated by 6 degrees. So welcome. I just got in from class, and as I was coming in, I got to make sure I take care of my big guy right here. That's why you hear the jingle jangle. And hopefully he'll act right, and because he's a little ham, and I'm just going to see how this plays out. Now, my question to you is this. Have you noticed within the last weekend or the last couple weeks you've started to feel a certain way, and to some it may feel awkward, unknown, unrest. To others it may feel like you've been injected with something that brings joy and bliss. It's like a euphoric state in your spirituality. To me, I describe it as called the push-pull effect. See, when you get to a place within yourself where you find calm, harmony is not too far from it. It's within, you can actually see it within yourself, but you come to have an understanding that to obtain that, there must first be balance. So in this video, I'm talking about the push-pull effect. To some, the push-pull is exhibited through the interactions of who we come in contact, through the people that we work with, the people that are connected to us directly and indirectly. Have you noticed that there are some that you gravitate to, as well as you have some that you just can't even put 5 seconds of time near them because you just don't get it. There's something that is out of sync. What you are feeling right now is the spiritual connection. That is what's going on. You know, I've come to understand that when you truly allow yourself to gravitate towards within, you start to see things, as well as you start to have a better understanding and clarity over problems or challenges that once existed. That's where hindsight comes into play. That is why things are the way they are, because they are manifesting your truth, your inner truth. So what a lot of people are starting to understand is, excuse me one second, you gotta go over here, buddy. You gotta go over, sit down. Sit down, man. See, I told you he was gonna act up. Look, I'm on camera, buddy. You can't be doing it. Sit down. Sit down, Tyson. Lay down. Oh, by the way, here's another thing. See how God works? Just last week, I spoke to him. I said, you need to lay down. And he plopped. Just like that. Which told me right then and there that we never judge a book by its cover. But it's also imperative to have patience. That was something that I wanted him to do. Now he wants to shake hands. He's showing and exhibiting traits about him that was suppressed. Because my point is, look here. Hold on. Look here. This ain't gonna work. So look, I'm gonna bribe you right now. So he's also learned how to manipulate too. Go sit down over there. Yeah, you want the snacks, just like a little child. You notice when you're trying to do something for the parents out there, as soon as you engross in something, that's when the show starts. Yeah, figured it, but I love him to death. He's actually channeled so much from within myself that he's a divine blessing in my life. Now, to get back to what I was saying, sit down, lay down, lay down, lay down. Thank you. Do not lay down. All right. So, get back to my point. So now your soul, your spirit, is getting to a point where it may feel aggressive. And you don't understand where this energy that is resonating within your spirit is coming from. What is going on? These are your emotional triggers. These can be a lot of times sparked from things that were suppressed within you that have to be birthed to have resolution. So if there was a great wrong, or there was something very happy or jovial, you're starting to feel that within yourself. I need you to sit down. I need you to sit down, buddy. Excuse me. So now, a lot of people are starting to come full circle within themselves. I want to just put this disclaimer out. Do not be afraid. is meant to happen. Why? Because, as the saying goes, change is inevitable. You're starting to come to a place where you're starting to more or less validate not only your mindset of where you are compared to the mindset that you once had. The biggest challenge you're going to ever face is the challenge of validating self. This is why a lot of people that have emotional triggers and blocks, sit down. Hey, sit down. 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 Tyson, lay down. No. So, and that's why a lot of people are feeling this energy, because see, a lot of people are starting to wake up. They're starting to see the things, or basically have the courage to face the things that they couldn't. Because see, society, our beloved society, has taught us, excuse me 1 second, y'all. This ain't gonna work. Come on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, you don't know. No. Alright, I really appreciate you guys' patience, but I want to convey this because I have a feeling that someone may be in a crossroad emotionally, and they're trying to make understanding of where they are. So this is you. I want to let you know where you are, what's going to happen. See, have you noticed some of your life lessons that you learn are always received after the event, or better yet, further down the road, and you reflect back, and then you have your aha moment, like, oh, why? Let me tell you why that was for the case. Because if you truly understood what was going on at that moment, you wouldn't have been emotionally prepared to make a sound decision for your life. You would have acted in haste, or better yet, you would have made a decision by way of emotions. So that there had to be a period of transition within yourself so that you were ready to review. Have you noticed? Some of you may be experiencing this. All of a sudden, out of the blue, you have people or connections from your past that are being brought to the forefront. And you're like, whoa, where'd you come from? You just came out of the bushes on me. The reason why, well, there's two reasons. Number one, for some, this could be a period of resolution, because you spiritually are in a better place. Or can be a time of closure. But either way, what is being required is harmony. And this is going to solidify your peace within yourself. Have you noticed that when you try to make decisions for yourself and your emotions are involved, they never turn out the way you want them? Why? Because these are emotional triggers. So if you don't have a balance within yourself or an understanding, how can you make a sound choice which is in your best interest? How? I'll do one even better. When it comes to your decisions, how can you make choices when you don't fully understand who you are? 9 times out of 10, we make choices because of our environments, what we're exposed to, or what has impacted us. That happens. You're a human being. But I'm here to tell you, you are a spiritual being first. And that is why it is very important that you discern. I know you guys you always talk about discernment. You always talk about love. You always talk about compassion. Why? Because we have forgotten. We have forgotten. And I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing more peaceful to have a sound mind, a sound heart. Because we are mind, body, spirit. If your mind's not right or at peace, your body is going to reflect it. Your emotions are going to validate it. Because within yourself resonates you. You know, have you noticed that when there's an imbalance, people will act totally out of their character, and they don't see it because they're living their lives as best as they can. So for those people that are connected to you, because we are all extensions of ourselves, have compassion, show kindness, use communication. Now, I know some of y'all look here. I love them to death, but I can't stand them. You know why you're there? Because you both are at a crossroads where, how the Bible says, two people not in harmony cannot walk together. So you must have a common denominator that brings you together. You must have that understanding. And as you evolve and transform, how many times have you had a position at one time and you said, well, this is my view and it worked for you at that time, but then you look back and you look at where you are now and you're like, what was I thinking? I couldn't see the forest beyond the trees because you were resonating your environment. That was your influence. But as you already know, if it doesn't have a proper foundation, it all falls down. And that's why we feel disappointed. That is why these alignments or connections that we have through people, when they fall short, it's why it takes them a while to get it. Because they don't understand. Because see, you are projecting, you're able to see their greater good, but they may not be there yet. I want to share this with you. You want to be able to navigate to the place that you need to be, not want to be. You be the exception of the rule. I had a conversation with a dear friend last night. He's awakening. He's starting to spiritually awaken. And I told him from day one, I said, listen, you cannot walk through life with a judging heart. You can't. Yes, there are people that are going to come into your life and they're going to hurt you. They're going to disappoint you. They're going to let you down. But in actuality, that is really your blessing. Because you know what a disappointment is? All a disappointment is a visible sign of where that person's limitation is. That is where they are. That is what they're capable at this moment. But you, as a spiritual person, your responsibility is to pray for them. Give distance where distance is required. Because a person cannot learn by you pushing. They must be willing to receive that knowledge that will better their lives. But you got to have priority in this. You have to. That's why boundaries are so important. So be careful. Be careful, because if you don't, what happens is negative always attracts negative. There's the like-mindedness. Have you noticed the people that you have the strongest connection with? You go through it. It's like a spiritual dance. When you're up, they're down. When they're up, you're down, and vice versa. It's like a waltz, right? There's a reason why this exists. Because you are supposed to gain the knowledge between the two. And it actually is a prequel of one of the templates that is needed to protect the yoke, the spiritual union. That is why you are learning. That is why the challenges that you may face are the way they are. First of all, God is never going to give you something you can't handle. Don't let anybody tell you that. But when you're facing your challenges through human connections, you got to remember something. The people that give you the most challenge, they see your worth. They know your value. And they're shaking in their boots, hoping that you don't. So you hold space. You do the work. Allow yourself time to heal. That's why when you always hear it all the time. You can't go from one situation not fully learned into the other one thinking that's going to heal the first lesson. No. All that does is delay what you needed to learn, ultimately causing you loss of time. But it's okay though, because when the lessons divinely sent to be illustrated with you, and they will be, some of them will even be to the point that they're repeated. The reason why you see the same thing is because you have to embrace what you need to learn. But it cannot be learned from a position of pride, ego, vindictiveness, and downright selfishness. You know what that does when you take a position as such? You invite more of it. That's what happens. I had to learn that one myself. I had to truly learn that. But I believe that, I had to learn. I had to come to understand that, see, your biggest challenge you're going to ever face is yourself. Just like when you finally get it, you have your light bulb moment, you treasure it. It's not the fact that you got the light bulb moment. The first thing that resonates is the fact of what you sacrificed to obtain it. You see the worth of it. That is why it's called wisdom. So look, what I'm trying to say to you is this. Now is the time that you truly have to go within yourself. And the more that you go within yourself and embrace your discernment, embrace your spirit, what will happen is the things that were hidden will be made revealed. And all that will do is say, oh, okay. That is your spirit. But you got to go within. Have courage. Have understanding. Because see, your higher power, my higher power is my Lord Jesus Christ, is going to make sure that you straight. He's going to make sure that the people that need to be in your life, now I didn't say want, need, are going to fall where they should. Systematically, you will see them. It may be people from your past. It may be someone that you don't even know yet. But trust me, you'll know it. You'll feel it in your spirit. And all the things that didn't make sense will. There's a reason why. Because see, once again, our life is a journey. This is your life story. And it's very imperative that you come and embrace it. Do not worry about the things that you don't have. When it's divinely meant, not only will you have it, but it will surpass your wildest dreams. Because see, he already got you. He already got you. You can't outfool him. He knows what you're going to do before you took your first breath. Just like he knows the one that's going to walk with you the rest of your days, that is going to make you have a continual smile. First of all, you're going to have that smile because you know and love yourself. But it's going to be like music notes on a music sheet. You guys are going to be like this. Why? Because that's the yoke, the union. The two souls come as one. So trust your path. There are going to be those people that are going to try to stifle you. They're going to try to get in your head. They're going to try to hold you back. Don't. Like I said, a fire cannot grow unless you give it air. See your worth. Demand your respect with compassion. Because let me tell you something. You know, a fake is a fake, just as well as real recognized as real. And those who do not have your best interest always expose themselves without your help. So trust God. Trust your higher power. As you know, he's one of many names. But when it comes to you, you're priceless. I hope you guys have a blessed week. It's going to be a good week. But as I wanted to say, I know a lot of people are going within themselves and they're wondering why they feel a certain way. Let me tell you something. Even through a heartbreak, you know why your heart hurts? I got two observations and I'm going to shut this down. Number one, they say when your heart hurts, it's because the angels are within it to make it bigger for the love that you need to come in and fit. And number two, you're feeling the spiritual tie be removed or replaced. And sometimes it can be made new. So trust your spirit. God loves you. You know I'm praying for you. Oh, and feel free to drop me a line too. I would love to hear from you guys. But watch how this week plays out. And actually, now that it's a hot summer, you know how heat is. It always brings the truth to the surface. So have courage, okay? God's praying for you. You know I am. You guys have a blessed week. Bye.